This is a rare sight. The lesser spotted mark reading instructions. Doesn't happen very often.
So today we're going to be looking at the little Viofo. How do you say that?
Viofo?
Viofo. This is going to be on our Amazon shop anyway, so you can find it in there. And it's A119 Mini, the Quad HD Wi-Fi dash cam. It's got a little Sony Starvis Sensor in there. It's got a GPS logger, so as we're going along, and it comes with the little memory card in here as well. So let's have a look what's actually in the box and see what this dash cam is all about and what it does. So in the box we've got the main actual unit. So this is going to mount to our window screen in this sense. The actual camera is on this side here, so we're literally going to peel off the sticky pad and then stick that where we want it. So we'll figure out exactly where that is going to be. We can then alter the camera, so we can change the setting of that. Comes with a little cigarette lighter fitting, and it's also got dual ports on the USB cable, and if you've already got a similar one to that, it is just a USB cable on the end. So if you've got USB sockets in your car, you can just plug it in with that. Now it comes as well with a little micro SD card, so in the box will be a bigger adapter so that you can plug that into your computer if you need to, and then the actual little micro SD just slots into the side here, and then you push that one in to release it, and then obviously it just pushes back in and clicks back into place as normal. So once this is fitted, there's a couple of different modes that we can set it into. We can literally just set it to constantly record, so it's just going to loop going over and over and over, and it's just going to keep rewriting the little SD card or the micro SD card that's in there. We can set it up to emergency recording, so if it feels that there's a bit of a bang or a shock, we can set it up for just recording like that. But I think probably what we're going to tend to do is set this up on the loop recording, so if anything ever happens, even if it's somebody in front, it's not necessarily ourselves, or something happens around us, it's going to record it all of the time.
Because you can send the footage to the police these days, can't
exactly,
you, if you see someone dangerous driving?
More and more, and again, obviously if you're towing your caravan behind you and somebody cuts you up or something like that, you've got evidence, haven't you? Whereas if it's just a bang or a shock, it's not always necessarily going to capture everything. The other thing that's good with this is it's got a parking mode, so when you're parked up, it can record if somebody breaks in or does something to the car or bangs into the car. There's a chance that it will record that also. So actually in the parking mode, when nobody's around, if somebody breaks into the car or somebody bashes into the car in the car park, there's a good chance that it's going to capture that. So let's actually get this fitted. I've got a cobweb up there. I thought we'd give this a quick tidy up a minute ago. So we're going to figure out roughly where we want to fit it. We can set the camera up afterwards via the screen, and then we're probably just going to run the cable in up, down here, and around, and then into our socket. But what we'll do to begin with is actually just power it up. We'll be able to see it on the screen and just make sure that the placement that we want it is correct. So
recording started.
Let's just know, so it came up with recording started. We can stop our recording and then to
recording started.
Start that again, we press our record button and we get the little indicator flashing up the top. We've got our little Wi-Fi button. We can take pictures.
Voice recording disabled.
We can turn the voice recording
enabled.
On and off, and then we've got
video protected.
a little capture button there. So if something were to happen, say if there's been a crash in front of us, and you're not sure whether the SD card's getting full, because at the side here it will tell you how long that you've got left in minutes and hours. So if you weren't sure whether it was just about to re-record, you can actually press the little button here and it's going to capture any footage that had happened previously, and that will actually lock that into there, so it's not going to allow the footage to be overwritten. So let's get this fitted. For the moment, obviously you're going to need to make sure that you've got plenty of cable for where it's going to go previously, just so that you know that it's all going to work. And then we can have a look at the screen at the same time. That looks about right there. It looks nice and level. It's not going to interfere when we're driving. Obviously you need to clean the screen before, just to make sure it's nice clean, and there's nothing on there that it's not going to allow that to actually stick. And then what we will end up doing afterwards is running this cable in properly. We can then have a play with the different modes. So I think the parking mode is a good one. So we're going to set it up for the loop recording. So basically just going to make sure that it just is continuously recording on this one. So if you, when you go through the power or through the operation settings, you'll find that we can long press the, what power button was it? The record button to actually turn the unit on and off. For the loop recording, as long as you've got the micro SD card slotted in, it is just going to constantly record, and then we can set that for a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute and 10 minute interval, so it will just keep going over then within the settings. If we wanted to set it up for emergency recording, as I say, when it does if it feels that we've crashed, it will just do that emergency recording. And then to play back the videos, as I say, if we press that one in the button in the middle, the yellow one, that's just going to make sure that we store that. So then when we remove that SD card as we did before, and again that's probably just something else when you're fitting this, that you just want to make sure that it's fairly easy access to get the SD card in and out, and you can actually do that. Now for the Wi-Fi setting, we can set up the app. Now in the little instruction manual you'll find a little QR code so that you can download the app, whether you've got an Apple system or an Android system. So once we've got the app downloaded, it basically goes through. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the power on to the actual system, so we've already done that. We're going to long press the Wi-Fi button, so the very far right hand button. We're going to hold that in.
Wi-Fi disabled.
So that's disabled it, so we're actually already on the Wi-Fi, so we're going to hold it again.
Started.
To turn our Wi-Fi on again, we're going to hold the Wi-Fi button in.
Wi-Fi enabled.
So that has now enabled our Wi-Fi. So we'll then press continue. We're now going to connect the camera to our Wi-Fi on the phone. So we're going to go into our system settings. We're going to select our correct Wi-Fi, and we're going to put in the little passcode. We're then going to connect. Once we've put our password in, again it'll tell you what the password is. So back into the app now that we've connected our Wi-Fi, and we get up on the screen exactly what our camera is showing. Once we stop our recording, we can then go into our settings and we can do all of our different settings. So we can set up motion detection. We can set up whether we're recording our audio, how long our loop recording is going to record for each time. Our different video quality settings, our G sensor, so whether we want that on a high setting, a low setting. We can then put our date on, so obviously we need to set our date up, and then in here as well we'll have it where we can set up our miles per hour or kilometers per hour depending on where you are. So in our speed unit we obviously want mile per hour. Click OK. Motion or parking motion detection on medium, so we'll have a play with that and see how that's finding at first, and then we can go through and set up our different settings. We can change our Wi-Fi password then if we need to. We can reset the camera and we can format the SD cards if required. So if you just wanted to wipe the SD card completely, Again, we can do that via the app. Once we're then back in, we can then put our recording on and off via the app. So that's quite easy to turn it on and off. We can take pictures, so we can do a snapshot if required. And then if we've got a reversing camera or a rear camera set up, we can actually swap between front and rear cameras. So we could actually have 2 of these cameras if required. We can then go through, so once we've done a little bit of recording, we can actually go back on our footage and just see exactly what we've recorded. You can see there we've actually only got it set up at that time. I'll stop recording. So I think probably a 10-minute loop for us is going to be better. So we're just going to set that back up. That just gives us a little bit more of a recording for each time then, and we're not going to end up wiping something if needs be. Hopefully the 10 minutes is good enough. And then we'll put that on. So you can pretty much just leave that then into that state, and every time then that the car powers up, it will just set that up. If you've got power to the cigarette lighter, obviously it'll go into a standby mode, and then if there's something that happens motion outside of the vehicle, it will automatically just restart recording that as well. So we'll do an update in a couple of weeks how it's been looking, if anything's happened, if we've found any issues with it, and we'll see how it's getting on. But at the moment, if you want to get one of these, they're in our Amazon shop. Have a look at those, and so look out for our little review update in a couple of weeks time. Thanks for watching. I'm Mark at the Caravan Place.